Hello, I'm Flight Corporal St. George.
Hello, I'm Flight Sergeant Mickey Chu.
And I'm Wotu Nikazi.
And in today's video, we're going to show you how to polish your boots,
How to properly lace your boots,
and how to properly iron your pants.
So Wotu, how do you properly polish your boots?
So the first step is you have to apply your base coat. So for the base coat, you have to first of all wrap your index finger with the kiwi cloth and then dip your tip of the finger in hot water. And after that, by making small swirls, scoop up a good amount of kiwi black polish and make sure to not exaggerate. After that, apply a thick layer, not too thick, of polish to the entire boot in swirls. And do not start polishing. So it is normal that your boot now is not shiny at all. After you apply the thick layer to the whole boot, let your boot sit for an hour with the polish on. After 1 hour of waiting, wrap the kiwi cloth around your finger. Then dip it in hot water and scoop up a little bit of kiwi black polish. Start polishing by making swirls and make sure not to remove the base coat. Occasionally add heat by fogging the boot with your breath. Make sure that when you're polishing your boots, you use hot water because it melts the polish and it makes it shinier. And also, when you dip your finger in the hot water, make sure not to make it too wet because it is not supposed to be dripping.
Wotu, how do you shine the other parts of the boots?
Oh, you can use a toothbrush to shine the welts, the creases, and the seams.
Do you have any other tips?
Yes, well, before polishing your boots, you have to make sure that they are clean. So by using an old cloth or a rag, you can, with water, clean the boots. So basically get rid of the dirt, the dust, and everything. And also, when you're fogging your boots, make sure that you didn't eat any chips or any snacks before it because it can damage your boot and make it less shinier.
So Flight Surgeon, how do you iron well your pants?
Alright, let's watch a video.
Alright, so first get a trusty ironing board. If you don't have one, you can put a cloth on any kind of table and use that as your ironing board, your makeshift one. You will then plug in your iron and you will see that most irons have this light emitter and it will tell you whether your iron is heating up. You are now ready to begin ironing. You can now grab an old pair of pants or a t-shirt or even a pillowcase that you don't use anymore and that you wouldn't mind burning. This will serve as the protection barrier between the heat and your pants. You don't want your pants to be burnt. With the cloth in place, you're ready to iron. Make sure the cloth is flat. Ironing is as simple as it sounds. You take your iron and you pass it on the cloth. Now for a few tips. It can definitely be hard to get rid of some creases. Like, look at this. So, how do we get rid of those creases? Here, we're going to grab a spray bottle. So, I have my trusty Disney spray bottle, but it can be any. And also, there are some irons that actually have a built-in sprayer. When you have water in there, you can spray directly onto your pants. This also allows the iron not to burn your pants too quickly, so you can iron directly onto your pants when you have water on it, though it is not to be abused and to be used with caution. Oh, and one more thing about the pants. Your crease is supposed to go all the way up. So, one last advice before we end this video about ironing pants. So you have to make sure your pants are entirely flat on the ironing board, because if it's not flat, you might end up with some additional creases which you do not want. So how do we lay it flat? Basically, your crease is supposed to go up the middle of your pants. So here you can see the side seams, right? So basically you're going to put the seams aligned, and then this should produce a crease right in the middle. Some pants come with creases that have been pre-ironed by other cadets. If you receive those kind of pants, make sure that the crease is already in the middle, because if it's not, you're going to have to put some water on it and iron it all over again, because of course it has to be in the middle. Now, how to get into the harder to iron creases and parts. So as you can see, this is the upper part of your pants, and your seam has to go all the way up, right? So how do you iron this so that there's no line here or whatnot? Basically, you're gonna take your hand and go in. Because the pocket can be movable, you can remove it as much as possible, so that when you iron as much as possible, this place is going to be flat. Also, you're going to use the tip of your iron to come in to iron this part, because you don't want to iron this entire pocket part because it has a lot of texture here.
So, Watu, how do you properly lace your boots?
I'll show you in the video. Before showing you how to lace your parade boots, I would like to mention that for these boots, the laces should be laced straight, like this. So basically horizontal lines, and that they shouldn't be crossed. So we shouldn't be seeing any X's. So, first of all, you take your laces, and then with the end, you put it in the two first holes at the very bottom. And then after putting them in, you pull it all the way up at the same time so that your laces end up having the same length. After that, with the right lace, you put it through the second hole above. So basically, you skip this one and you put it here. Just like this. And always from behind. Then you can let this one sit. After that, you take the left lace. The left lace, you put it right above it. So basically you don't skip any, and you put it right above it. Just like this. After that, you can put this one across and always above. So basically, the laces should always go like this and not from behind. There you go. And then for this lace, you can let it sit behind it. So basically you put it behind. After that, with this one, you can put it across. And pull. Now, we already have 3 horizontal lines. And for the next ones, you have to follow this pattern. So basically, this one came from this lace. So as we did with the first one, we skipped one hole and then went to the other one. So basically, since this one came from here, we have to skip this one and then put it over this hole. Just like this. And since this one comes from here, from this hole, we already skipped this one and then we can put it across here. So from behind, you pull it and then you can put it across. Just like this. And then you can let it sit behind. Same thing with this one. Put it across. Like this. So this one came from here. You skip one and then you go to the next one. This one came from this hole. So you skip this one and you put it here. Just like this. And then now you can put it across. And there you go. After that, you can just lace them up and your boots are ready. Thank you, cadets, for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, please follow us on
Instagram,
YouTube,
and Facebook.